La serie di seminari Globalizzazione e glocalizzazione in prospettiva pluridisciplinare è un percorso di riflessione promosso da Globus et Locus insieme ai docenti del Comitato scientifico dell'associazione. Il ciclo affronta le molteplici dimensioni del fenomeno glocale, analizzandolo attraverso differenti discipline. Uno spazio di dialogo e riflessione per comprendere meglio le sfide e le opportunità del presente, mettendo in relazione le dimensioni globali e locali che caratterizzano l'esperienza contemporanea.
The first lesson, as you can see here, is titled The Urban Age. My aim here is to step back from the attempt at defining processes of globalization, deglobalization, univocally, to ask some questions. And the first is, what does it mean to say we live in a global urban era, in a global urban moment, and what are the implications? There is this sort of mantra that we are living in an urban age, in very different think tank, for instance, at the UN level. We can see that in different reports, for the first time in human history, over half of the world's population now resides in urban areas. Cities today play increasingly a crucial roles in the global scale, in the global economy, to deal with environmental change, to deal with social inequality, social injustice, and also relating to political transformation. So cities, as you know, are pivotal also for the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals, from water issue, from food issues, from sanitation, to other dimensions such as the energy dimension, the environmental dimension, and so on and so forth. But at the end, there is not a clear, a shared definition of the meaning of this new urban age. In general, globalization is defined as a sort of entangled process with a number of dimensions: economic, environmental, political, social, cultural dimension, cultural processes, whereby places across the globe are increasingly interconnected. Social relation and economic transaction increasingly occur at the intercontinental scale, but globalization doesn't mean everywhere in the world become the same, nor is it an entirely even process. Different places are differently constrained and connected. So there are a number of global issues that are in some ways related to different local places, ecological problems such as the climate change, energy crisis, health crisis, financial instability, but also, terrorism or human trafficking or population mobility, and so on and so forth. First of all, globalization is concerned with the magnitude of the increase in the density of the large-scale interaction networks, communication, mobilities, flows of different things: capital, bodies, knowledge, labor, services, resources, and goods. Particularly, it's very important if we think at the flows of freight, of goods, is absolutely central for the globalization as we know it, the role of logistics. The growth of containerization and transformation of the logistics industry over the past of the last half century has played a crucial role in reshaping the spatiality of production, of consumption, and of appropriation. So the revolution, because it's defined as a revolution in logistics, gave rise to global, transnational circulatory systems that span sites of production and consumption all over the world. The second focus is on the web of power relation directed by international financial institutions, powerful states, and transnational corporations. In geography, scholars spoke about transnational capitalist class or global corporate elite and their associated hegemonic culture and ideologies, and the expansion of this throughout the world. So we can recognize in the city homogenizing process, shattering process, exclusion and inequality, privileges and poverty. In the past was defined also the McDonaldization of the urban consumption. And this is the process by which, in the past particularly, the principle of fast food such as McDonald's restaurant, but also today, I think also to the Starbucks spreading around the world. Those processes are coming to dominate more and more sector, particularly starting from the American society, but also in the European society and in the rest of the world. So, in general, it's interesting because the company uses scientific management to guarantee customers a sort of predictability, no? And this is very interesting, the word predictability in the city, and calculability and efficiency. So the food are more or less, or the coffee are the same worldwide. The restaurants, the logos are more or less identical. And so customers are guaranteed no surprises. I think that tourism is absolutely central, no, to the transformation of contemporary cities around the world, no? And particularly what is called touristification or urban over-tourism. In recent years, as you can see here, there has been a sort of surge of research on how the so-called touristification, but Airbnbization has somehow destroyed community coherence, contribute towards housing shortages and gentrification, and change completely the character of urban neighborhoods. Why is so important? Because it's global and local. And Airbnb, but also other platforms, resulted in rental flats being removed from the common urban market in favor of letting them out as holiday accommodation, increasing rents, and transforming residential spaces into areas of consumption, foodification, and so on and so forth. We have a comparison between Disneyland Paris versus the Paris area visitors in millions of people. Obviously, we have more or less 60 million of people that visited Disneyland and 37 million of people that visit Grand Paris. And this is interesting because for us, as planners, geographers, architects, it's also related to the role of the imaginary and the predictability, because we know more or less very well what we will visit in Euro Disney, and we don't know exactly what can we visit in Paris, in a city. There is a part that is completely unpredictable when we visit a city. And this is also related, as we know, with the Disneyification and the predictability of the image of the city. There is a commercial transformation of an urban environment in something that is completely simplified, controlled, and safe. And the term Disneyification describes in some way the process of stripping a real urban place, its original feature, and represented it in a sort of neutral or sanitized format where references to anything inconvenient are removed. Sometimes we can recognize a sort of rhetorica, a sort of social idealization of the local, with an appeal to the local as a way of living more, sustainable or lightly on our planet. And so the local does not just matter; it matters because in some ways is good. It embodies a sort of small, ideal, democratic organization. But we have seen before that there are a number of global networks. And so the local and the global, at the end, we can see them as these two sides of the same coin. And how we understand and construct and interpret the global shapes our understanding and defining the local, and vice versa. But as you know very well, we can speak about globalization, but we have to speak about deglobalization in our time. In general, deglobalization refers to the reversal of the globalization, to the slowing, restructuring, reversal of the global interconnection and links among states and economies particularly, and society. Obviously, it does not necessarily mean the complete end of globalization. It is rather a sort of shift toward greater national control over borders and trade, reduced economic interdependencies, reshoring or regionalizing production, and a stronger emphasis on sovereignty and security. And we can analyze this deglobalization as a process through three dimensions: economic, political, and, today very important, geopolitical.